Yo, what is up? Welcome more to the game, episode 4. Hey, listen, man. I, again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Important, this new sport here. More to the game. And y'all know my platform. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the Midwest, trying to get Louisville, Kentucky, Indiana, try to get us a little bit more exposure than what we get right now when it comes to sports, especially basketball, high school level, college level, whatever. I may even dive into middle school, because I know we got some middle schoolers down here that are balling. But man, welcome to the show. It's a full packed show. I mean, I got topics galore. Topics galore. Got some questions I'm going to ask you all that good stuff. But listen, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. I think it's going to be at the top somewhere around here. Listen, because I'm telling you, shout out to Jim Mint 10 Sports. Man, we cover everything from wrestling to basketball to football to NFL. Whatever the case may be, we cover it. And I'm telling you, that's where you can find my show at, and you can find other shows as well. So listen, again, shout out to Jim Mint 10 Sports and more to the game sports show. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hey, you cannot forget, hit Twitter. Oh, I can't say Twitter anymore. Hit me up on X at more to the game. It's that simple. At more to the game, man. Shout me out. Hit me up. What you want to talk about? Who do you want to talk about? What team am I missing? What team am I missing out on? What player am I missing out on? Whatever. Like, hit me up and let me know. Let me know, please. Listen, my email address. Listen, pay attention to this. More to the game .gm10sports@gmail.com. That's how you contact me. Hit me up. Give me some topics, stuff you want me to talk about. Whatever the case may be. Hey, listen, next week, very excited about this to make this announcement here. Next week, I am going to have the assistant coach for Butler High School, Walter Hickman, on as our first guest of the show. Our very first guest of the show, Walter Hickman, is going to be our guest. We're gonna talk some in-depth basketball, his journey, future players, all that good stuff. I actually got it confirmed today. So excited. And actually, guess what? We're gonna talk about Butler High School. Boy, they're 15-3. Hey, they're quietly creeping up in Louisville. But listen, again, welcome to the show. And you know what better way is? I got my notes right here. Let's go right into it. Listen, again, all these shows that I've had, I've talked about a couple teams. One team that has stood out is the St. Xavier Tigers. St. X. I'm saying it again. St. X right now. The total package. My pick. I'm just early on. They are my pick to win state. Now, however, let's not sleep on them. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you this. There is a team called Great Crossing. They have the tangibles. Although St. X has already beat them, but Great Crossing has the tangibles where I can see them two in a clash. And hey, hell, and let me even say this: I can see them in the clash, but I can see Region 7 step it up and say, St. X not today. I can see that happen. Depending on how the layout is of the Sweet 16, right? The Sweet 16 for high school state championship. Could it be possible to see a Region 6 and Region 7? I don't know. I'm just saying. Because Region 6 and Region 7 are by far, right now, even when I was playing, the toughest regions in the state of Kentucky. That's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, hit me up. Hey, let's discuss it. So I'm going to tell you something. They put on a clinic versus Mill High School. The game was over in the first quarter. And I mean, I watched it online. And it was just, I was just baffled. I literally was just baffled. It Saint X right now is 13-0 against teams out of state of Kentucky. Now, granted, Mel did not have their star point guard Cole. Did not have him. But I'm gonna tell you something. Even with what Cole brings, the way Saint X played, I don't even think it would have mattered. I mean, they Saint X jumped on them, and it was. I mean, game was over. You could look at the body language. Body language, you could just tell. The. But here's the funny thing. it the reason I say it is because the first few minutes of the game, Male was extremely active. They were mainly a lot of the attack was downhill. They were getting inside the square. But I mean, from missing shots to turnovers, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, saying that it looked like they did not miss one shot. I mean, they were on fire. And the fabulous freshman Lindsay. Let me tell you something. Let everybody. I believe he led everybody with about 20 points, six 3 pointers, 6 3 pointers, and then he almost had a poster over Jordan Mitchell out of Mel High School, the young star out of there. Almost had a poster, but it wasn't almost. But yeah, Saint Next is just dangerous, man. And again, I will state this. The one thing that Saint X is very consistent on, and what they do from I've seen them play 4 times, is they rebound the basketball. Not just that, but they play defense. I mean, they got Chance Dillingham. Shout out to Chance Dillingham. Just picked up an offer. I believe it's from Georgetown. Just picked up an offer, and I'm gonna tell you something. Well deserving. Well deserving. But I'm gonna tell you that they play defense, and their guard play, and I'm not even talking about the best guard, player on the floor is Jeremiah Jackson. I mean, he's a stud. He's built like a stud. I'm trying to he. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. He's built like a stud. He's a pure athlete. Post game can take you off the dribble. Guards the other team's best player. So I'm not even talking about him in this for Saint X. Who I'm talking about is Chance. I'm talking Chief. I'm talking the bigs that they have. I mean, they rebound. They hit the sidelines. They attack the middle. They communicate. They fly all over the floor. I mean, this team is very dangerous to beat. Now, again, they're 13-0 in the state of Kentucky. I guess Kentucky teams. They're 13-0. They're 13-0 for a reason. Okay. Hey, keep it up, Saint X. Keep it up, Saint X. Listen, tonight they're actually they got a rivalry game, and I believe right now they're down. They're playing Trinity High School. They're playing Trinity High School, who's struggling a little bit. They just picked up a win. They're 8-9. Um, Trinity High School at Bellarmine. And I'm gonna tell you from coaching in a few of those games and being on that staff, man, there's nothing like a Saint X Trinity rivalry is through the roof. I mean, you're talking they're packing, and Bellarmine University has a very nice. It's a very nice college gym on their campus. Beautiful, and they pack it out, and it's sold out. Like, you cannot walk up and get tickets right now. You cannot. You cannot. I mean, sold out. And then time to time, I believe they used to play at Freedom Hall. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Nothing like those rivalries right now, but they're playing tonight. So I will next week's show. I will give you guys a recap on that as well. But I'm telling you, you know, uh, Saint X handled Male and pretty decisively, and then which and here's the funny thing: Male's not a bad team. I mean, Male's in the top 10. So in the Career Journal, the top 10, Male is in the top 10. Okay. Um, so I believe they only lost 5 games, but they're in the top 10. And I'm gonna tell you that, but the way they got handled, and I think they just dropped one to Great Crossing. Okay. But Male just has a lot of personnel things they need to get together, in my opinion. A lot of personnel things they need to get together. Um, but needless to say, Saint X is you got to give kudos when kudos happens. I mean, Saint X is a powerful team right now. I don't see anybody beating them. I could be wrong. I hope to be wrong, because I love competition. So Great Cross will be a team. Male is still a team that can beat them. Trinity could beat them. Could beat them tonight. So it's going to be interesting again towards the end. This part of the season. Head district, region, and then state. Okay, remember Kentucky's one of the few states that only has one state champion. So we have the Sweet 16. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm very excited about the end. I will be out and about checking out some games, checking out some games and all that stuff. Listen, again, more news, more news. I want to talk about a team I haven't heard about Butler High School. Butler High School, 15-3, Region 16, and I'm gonna tell you this: they are tough. I mean, they are tough. I actually was messaging Coach Hickman today, and he kind of shed some light on me a little bit, and Butler right now probably has the uh, one of the best guard plays in the state, let alone the region. So let's focus on that, right? Let alone the region. But super competitive. They are super competitive. And I'm gonna tell you, they have. I gotta pronounce this kid's name right, or please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I don't know if it's Heinrich or Henrik Barjotto. Let me tell you something. Lefty guard. I got my notes right here. Lefty guard, versatile on defense. I mean, he can play. If you're a guard or wing, he's guarding you. But most importantly, as every coach, even myself, I love a player that can just fill the stat sheet. For me, that means you have high activity, and that means that you literally are aware of what's going on, and you're just active. You're active. You're active, and when you're active, that means all right. So shout out to Adrian Wilder, shooter, top 50 in the state in 3-point shooting. Top 50 3-point shooter. So let me tell you, he's on the floor. You might want to find out where he's right. So when you got a versatile player, you got a shooter that's top 50, and then you add in Mike Jones, their point guard Santana Anderson. You add that in, I'm gonna tell you something, dangerous team, and then your help, your guys off the bench and so forth. You have a dangerous team. Okay, if when you're as Coach Hickman told me, as their biggest contributor to their success right now is not obviously it's the points because you score more, right? But it's their guard play, but it's their defense. When you have guard play and defense, man, you're going to be a very hard team to beat. But then, let alone, you're going to be a very hard team game. You will always be in the game, and that's what Butler has right now. And I'm gonna tell you, their region right now. Check this out. Their region right now. They have some players that I have talked about. I have talked about before. Check this out. They have dangerous reasons. They got J Town in the region. PRP point guard Nico. Right. I think I talked about him last week. Point guard Nico. I think he just had 12 points. They just beat Ferdale, who's in the region. Moore High School with Bruce Sweeney. I mean, and he's Mr. Consistent from what I'm seeing. Mr. Consistent. And then they have Ferdale, who right now Ferdale may not be, playing to the level that they should be playing to. However, hey, you still got a long way to go, and you still have improvement. And the one thing is they're gonna get their shot in district, and then they're gonna get their shot, and then they win district, they go region. Okay, so just think about that. Just think about that. Right now, you still can improve, but that's a dangerous reason. And then on top of that, check out this top 10 in Louisville. I'm just top 10. St. X obviously number 1. Ballard, we haven't talked about. Male, even though they just lost to Great Crossing. Trinity, they're playing St. X right now. Manual High School. South Odom, which is number 7. They're ranked number 7. J-Town, ranked number 8. North Odom, 9. And then to finish out top 10 is PRP. So think about that. Think about that region right there. We talk about region 6. Butler, number 7. J-Town right behind him, number 8. And then you got PRP 10. You tell me, man. And then Region 7, Region 7, you got Ballard, St. X, Mel, Trinity, Daniel. I'm telling you, powerhouse, 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 powerhouse. All right. So hey, listen, shout out to Butler High School. I am gonna come and check out y'all's game soon. Hey, give me a shout out when you see me. Give me a shout out when you see me. Listen, you know, finish finish stronger than how you started. It's for all teams. Finish stronger than how you started. You gotta understand, man. Hey, it's the window is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I mean, that's just exciting basketball talk. Exciting basketball talk. And then check this out. I even checked out. So the Indianapolis, the Wildcats, their homeschool team up there. Um, so homeschool basketball is a little bit different. Little bit different. They made it to their conference championship. They ended up losing, but they made it to their conference championship. And the interesting thing about homeschool is that they get to play for a national. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna get some more info out on that because my son's playing for Indy Wildcats right now. Jaden Young, shout out Jay. But I'm gonna tell you that it's very interesting how it's all set up, and they get same opportunities, all that type of stuff. But we'll go into that another time. We'll go into that another time. But listen, Indianapolis. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, they right now they're in the middle of their not in the middle, but should be wrapping up their city tournament. Crispus Attucks, top team, Cathedral. The juggernaut right now, right now is Fishers High School is the juggernaut up in Indianapolis. I wish, you know what? I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way. You took the top 10 teams out of Indianapolis, top 10 teams out of Louisville, or you know what? Top 10 teams out of Indiana, top 10 teams out of Kentucky, and we had a tournament, just a week tournament, right? A week tournament. I would love to see that. I mean, love to see that. I know fan bases from Indiana and Kentucky are like through the roof. I personally think we got the best fan bases out of all the states. Kentucky and Indiana, we have the best fan. I mean, these fans are loyal. Listen, you tailgating the high school games, that tells you something, right? I would love to see that. But Indianapolis, man, they got a juggernaut up there. Fishers High School, man, they're treating teams as if they are middle school teams. And then you got some sleepers. You got some sleepers. Garen Catholic, I believe they are 3A or 4. They're a sleeper team. Cathedral, another sleeper team, highly talented. Crispus Attucks, talented. We got Lawrence North. Traditionally is a really good team. I mean, Indianapolis is just packed with teams. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Packed with teams. I've coached up there. The talent level is through the roof. Again, you know what? Gym Mint 10 Sports. We may try to set it up where we can get the top 10 out of Indiana because there's a team in Southern Indiana, Jeffersonville High School. Let's not forget Jeffersonville High School. Talented across the board. You cannot sleep on them. Cannot sleep on New Albany, Floyd Central. I mean, you have a lot of talent there. But I think I'm gonna work on that. Maybe next year, maybe in 2 years, I'm gonna work on something like that. I think that would blow this region up if we did something like that. We took the top 10 teams out of state of Indiana, top 10 teams out of state of Kentucky, and we had a neutral site, right? You played at a neutral site. Hey, maybe Old Louisville Gardens. How about that? Maybe Old Louisville Gardens. Maybe someplace up in Indy. I don't know. But to have like a showdown, have like a showcase or something like that, and the best between the rivers. I don't know. I don't know. But I think that'd be a good idea. I think that'd be a really really good idea. But anyway, so look, let's change gears. I want to change gears right now. I want to change gears to so the recruiting aspect of it. Their school and I seen this today, and I wanted to make sure that I told y'all about this. If you have any juniors or seniors that are want to play at the next level, There is a school. It's Montcalm Community College out of Michigan. Zach Ingles is the head coach out of there, and he's looking for wings. He's looking for wings, and I'm telling you, he did put a note. He said he recruits Kentucky kids very heavily. Okay, so I'll get more information on that, and I'll send that here. Actually, I'll post it on Twitter and get information out to you next week's show. That's a new school up in Michigan. Okay, a new school up in Michigan. And so here's what I want to talk about: state of college basketball with NIL versus without NIL. Which state is better? Right? Which state is better? Right? Like a lot of people talk about, and you hear people talk about, and maybe it's a generational thing, right? My generation, again, 80s baby, my generation, you know, we we love the college game, and then you love the NBA game because it was about the fundamentals, right? It was like how you grew up, fundamentals, defense win championships, you heard all those cliches, and there's no I in team, but but then it's like there's no I in team, but there's an I in win, and all this type stuff, right? Sacrifice for the team and all this stuff, and you saw that in college, and then you saw that in the pros, and then to be truthfully, you saw that in high school basketball too. Now with the NIL, and now that with social media and players are getting paid now, like I read, I think it was after the college football championship, I read that there was two players from Ohio State where it was opposed that Ohio State now is trying to find a way that these players they're being offered $4 or $5 million to put their name in the portal. I guess so another school can pick them up and get paid, right? I talked about this on the first show. Jim Larinaga, who came out of Miami, he said the same thing. Man, we went to Final Four, and these kids are telling me they're leaving. Is something wrong? No, and they like where they're at. They just know they put their name in the portal, they get more money. So is winning important? Like so now is it what what constitutes as success? What constitutes as a successful coach? Is it the amount of money that you have in regards of your NIL, as far as the top players you got, the most expensive players you got? You know, is it the amount of All Americans that you have? Women's basketball, which we don't talk about here on much, and we will. LSU plays South Carolina. I don't know if y'all seen it, but Kim Mulkey, she she was at a press conference, and she had a good point. South Carolina has 10 McDonald's on the. They have 10 McDonald's All American players, 10 top players in the world. How you gonna win? You literally can pick you literally pick your poison. How you gonna win? Very difficult, very hard. But when you can do that, when you have the pick of the litter, and you can do that, it makes it hard. Translate that over to men's when it comes to the NIL. If you have the most expensive payroll in college basketball, is it harder to win? Is it? Where's the state? How's your culture? How do you set a successful how do you set a culture or accountability or whatever the case may be that's not just going to affect them on the court, but it's going to affect them off the right? Just think coaches that we all knew wanted yes, they wanted to win. They wanted you to be great players and accomplish your dreams, but they also wanted you to be good young men, good men, right? Has that gone out the window? And now it's just about, hey, okay, I can get this kid for 3 million, I get this kid for 5 million, get this kid for 6 million. I mean, eventually it's going to be like the NBA because now you're going to have players that may get paid more than coaches. Hey, give me your thoughts on that. All right, email me, shoot me out on Twitter. Give me your thoughts on that. I'm very interested to hear what you think about that. Very, 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 very interested to hear what you think because that's important. It's important. Shout out to Louisville, L1C4, 9 wins in a row, top 25. Hey, listen, Pat Kelsey, again, I've talked about him before. Pat Kelsey, coach of the year. Coach of the year. Look at what, I don't care what nobody say. I will argue this forever. Look at the state of Louisville basketball. Okay. Look at the state that Louisville basketball was in and look at it now. We won 8 games, say last year or so. Look at where we're at now. We literally had players that, I mean, you this group is a totally different group of players. Look at where we're at now, and they have bought into the city. They have bought into defense because I love what Pat Kelly said about defense. Defense is an attitude. It's an attitude, and they bought into it. And look how they play defense. Look how they play defense. Look how they talk. Look how they are on the court. Look how they are off the court. I mean, I'm telling you, that stuff matters. Pat Kelsey, coach of the year. I'm not saying there's not any other good coaches. I think what Mark Pope is doing down in Kentucky, especially after the Cal era, after I forgot how long. I think he's like 10, 12 years, I believe, after the Cal era, and now he's coming in and they're a top 10 team. I'm telling you, I think what he's doing is great. I think Bruce Pearl down at Auburn. It's hard to be number one and stay number one. They just beat Tennessee, which Tennessee is literally my sleeper Final Four team. It's hard because you have to manage NIL. You have to manage egos. You have to manage pride. You have to manage all that stuff. It's hard. It's hard. But I'm telling you, hey, college basketball is it, man. I'm loving it. As you can see, I am absolutely loving it right now. Absolutely loving it. So again, what is your idea of success now that you got NIL? What contributes? I mean, look at UConn, who would literally look like past couple seasons, they look like grown men. Now they're struggling a little bit. Now they're struggling. I don't know. You be the judge of that. You let me know. Okay, you let me know. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to get out this week. I'm planning to catch a couple games this week, and next week's show is gonna be huge. The next week's show is gonna be huge. Again, spread the word on the show, man. More to the game sports show. Hey, I'm working on I'm working on some gear to have and start repping. I'll start showing y'all that. If y'all want something, y'all hit me up. But listen, more to the game sports show is not just giving you highlights and all that type stuff, man. It's talking about stuff. Listen, the topics are gonna start changing. Topics are gonna start changing, but the goals will remain the same. All right. But listen, no, thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Again, man. Shout out to Butler, St. X Trinity, top 10 teams, according to Career Journal. Listen, shout me out. You see me, don't be afraid. Say what's up to me.